Hi, I'm Jelani Daniel, guest host on Living 365 TV today. It's time to stop waiting and start living 365.
Hi, I'm McIver, guest host on Living 365 TV today. It's time to stop waiting and start living 365. Who are ready to stop waiting and start living 365. Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. I'm really excited, as always, for all my shows, but I've really been pumped up today. I woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning, which I never do. Ask my children, they'll tell you. And I was just so excited. I felt like a kid on Christmas morning. Really excited to talk about all the things I'm sharing today. And I have two fabulous people with me. Now, we are talking about living in the movement, not the moment, but the movement. And want to encourage you to do that and tell you a little bit about what that is. Now, for me, 365 is a movement that I created. It's a way of living. And that came about for me in my own life when I recognized that I wanted to live each day to the fullest. So I'm encouraging other people to do the same, to live it like it's your last, but your best day every day. Do the best you can wherever you are with whatever you have, whatever you don't have, whatever you're not. Live it each day 365. Joining me today is Jelani Daniel, motivational speaker and author of the book Forward March.
It's great thank you. Great to be here today. I'm so excited to share my thoughts and my ideas with the audience. And let's get this started.
Let's get the show on the road. Now, I'm going to introduce my other host. So is that
certainly,
okay?
certainly.
I didn't know if Jelani was ready to forward march it right on. You're like, listen, over. Let's go. Christine McIver.
Hello.
Welcome, Possibilities Coach and Access Consciousness Certified Facilitator. That is a mouthful.
It is.
Welcome back. Thank you. You are, I was just saying, only the second guest that we've had repeat and return. Not that we didn't love all our guests, but thank you for coming back.
Thank you for bring me back.
Bring you back with the BIG movement going on. Mm-hmm. So what I wanted to discuss with you all today is living in the movement and really what you're looking to inspire people with your movements, why you're doing this, what you've experienced in your life with movements, what movements are you on? Tell us a little bit about what your movements are, what's going on.
Okay. In regards to my movement, the Forward March movement, it's something in which I decided to start just because it's where my heart is, and my heart is in trying to help others, and you help others from leading from example. You can't just be saying this, that. You need to show them that you're in movement, and that's how you inspire others. Mm-hmm. And just restarting people's lives. It's easy to get into a rut or survival state of mind, and then you no longer live. So we want you to be moving. When you're moving forward, you're engaged in something. So that's the idea behind Forward March, that you take action and less speaking.
Fabulous. Love it.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So BIG stands for Bodacious Invitation to Greatness. And it was actually created by two tenacious women. My co-creator is Rhonda Burns and myself. And what we found was that there was many, ups and downs going on in our lives. And when we started to connect and really, have each other's back and using the tools of access consciousness and the coaching that we've done, we really started to demand more of ourselves and moving through whatever came about. Mm-hmm. And we started to see that there was a lot of people, especially self-employed people, that are working from home, and they've got this drive in them, but they feel stuck.
Yeah.
And they don't have someone supporting them. So this is a movement to come together to create movement forward, like you were saying.
Yes.
Really living it each and every day, but doing it in a group of people where we have your back. We don't see you as a victim. Mm-hmm. We cheer you forward, and we have the knowing that you can change whatever it is that's stopping you.
Absolutely. And that's why I love this word movement, because, just the word itself. Now, traditionally, the saying is live in the moment, which I do encourage as well, be present. But I think living in the movement is really about taking those steps forward and getting out of that stagnancy and that comfort zone. And I know I'm always in finding myself in those spaces, for myself. And I don't ask anybody to do anything that I wouldn't do.
Right.
Which
For
means
sure.
you guys are in for a lot of trouble. There's a lot of things I would do.
It's true.
And I think it's really important that those of us who are, or people who are out there that are leading movements, I find a lot of times that there are some people who are leading movements that aren't living movements.
Yes.
And that's what I like about what you two are doing, is I feel that you're actually living your movements. And I want to know what helps you helps you guys stay apart from just talking about movements and leading movements, not living them. Did you ever find that you made a conscious decision to do that? Because I know I did. And it really, with Living 365, I really started doing that. And it was out of my movement for myself. I thought, you know what? I should help other people do this. I should encourage other people to live this way and help them just to see that this is a way of living that you could embrace. And I make sure I live that way every day.
Right.
In regards to my movement, more or less, it's no longer my movement, because how I really set it up, anyone could take on the movement. So I use my mind so that I can get help from every direction. So in regards to the Forward March movement, it doesn't matter your education level, it doesn't matter your job, it doesn't matter your gender, it doesn't matter. So anyone, I'm not the leader of the movement, I just started to put it into play. But anyone could take up that movement, and
Yeah.
that's how I set it up, so that we're not limited, and so anyone could engage and start doing assist the movement. So that and what happened more or less for me, I just got fed up, more or less. I just got tired and fed up. So you're seeing things happening, and then what are you going to do? You're going to continue to look, or you're going to be proactive and lead your own movement. So that's what I started to do.
Yeah, that's
Just
a good
got
point.
fed up. You
'Cause
get fed up.
You're right. I feel, hearing you say that, lead my movement. Living 365 is something anybody can do.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really important point when you're choosing your movement, whatever that may be. And when I'm encouraging people to choose a movement, it's what I'm really suggesting is be deliberate about the way you're living your life, and follow a plan or a movement or a theory or a concept or a group, just to get the encouragement and support. But it doesn't mean that we all have to convert or anything like that.
No, there's no
or be a
conversion.
part of that, or that you must do it the way I do it. But when I leading the movement, meaning just I'm bringing the information, bringing the resources,
Right.
bringing the tools to you to help you put it in the way however it looks to you, and you take it and let it be your movement.
Right. You make it your own movement.
Yeah.
Well, for me, what I found initially was, as a business owner and coaching, you want to be the example. Right. And maybe you experience this as well, is when you actually have, you hit the wall or something blows up in your life. You're like, oh my God, I can't let anybody know this, because then what would they say? Right.
Yeah.
And between Rhonda and I, we got to the point, it was like, enough. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
We're real people.
Yeah.
And what if we actually were vulnerable enough and we began to address this? Initially, it started with ourselves, because this has been brewing between the two of us for over a year. But what if we started to actually speak to this in a very open space, a very safe space where no one is judged for anything?
Absolutely.
And what if we showed up fully and completely? We're present, but I got to the point where it's like, okay, Christine, you need to start holding yourself accountable to this. You can't just say it. You can't just be a talking head. You must be it.
Right.
And when I began to do that, everything started to shift. And not always comfortable and difficult. And yet holding myself accountable in each moment. It's like, show up, keep showing up. Because this is what I've seen with movements. When you're really being real, when you're really being who you are, that's sexy.
Yeah.
That's attractive. And people want to choose it. And I know that people want change. They're desiring. And there's so many offerings out there, which is phenomenal.
It's fabulous.
But some of them you can kind of smell like they're not walking their talk. Right? They're not
smells
walking
like
their
that.
talk.
Yeah,
It smells like it. You
It
can,
smells like
your
that.
radar goes off.
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
And that's where I'm holding myself accountable and being real and showing up and inviting people to show up and in a safe space. And you know what? Let's be bodacious. Let's be the invitation for more in our own lives and how we can permeate that out to the rest of the world.
Absolutely, and I feel that's so important, being people that are visible and speaking out in the community, is that you are really being authentic and allowing yourself to be authentic. And it's one of the things that I have strived for with this show is, I come here and take all my masks off on the show, and people hear all the stupid things that I do and the mistakes that I make and all that kind of stuff, and the things that I've been through and what I've learned from it and how I've allowed myself to grow from it, because I feel that that's what really helps people. I know the moment I started coaching from that capacity of, let me just show you, this is what happened to me, and this is how I moved through it, and I've been where you are. And I will be where she is next time, because that's going to be another something that I'm going to do.
Right.
Probably, there's going to be some other thing that I wish I did differently going forward in the future, or something that is not desirable to me. And that's what real living is.
100%.
Because if we're living these perfect lives, like it's like bullshit.
It's too much. That's
Who the hell has a perfect
Right?
life?
This is
that is the
ITV. We
perfect.
can
That's
say that here.
that is the
Yes.
perfect word for it. And also too, it's not helpful to anyone to go up against a manufactured image.
Exactly.
That's the main
Right.
thing. So even with our movement, we show that, like, for instance, when I get excited, I mumble because I'm so pumped up, I'm so charged, and I don't ever want to change that.
Yes.
Ever.
That's
Because if I change it, that means that I've now adapted to society's behavior. That is not me, and I can't afford to do that.
Exactly.
Because it's when you're doing a movement and you want to be natural to yourself, if you have to give away too much of yourself, then it's counterproductive. So I'm not doing that. I'm keeping it natural. My success will be based on all of my own behaviors. Simple. And that's it.
That's what
That's it.
I think that confirms what you were just saying. Is I think that's what prompts the success, because you come across as natural, and people feel more comfortable around you, because it's not pristine, and it's not rigid, and it's not perfect, and it's not flawless. It's like, like right now, we've been fiddling with my damn dress because we started the show late because the dress was flipping up. I was like, you know what? Forget it. Who
It's a
cares?
reality.
It happens,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
These are the things in life where it's like, let's just be. So let me just get it right off the table. The dress is flipping up. Okay, it's gonna flip while I talk, right? But it feels better. That for me feels so much lighter,
Right.
because it's like, okay, now you know what I'm facing today, and people, I think they don't care anymore
No,
when
they
you
shouldn't.
put
They
it out
shouldn't.
there.
But Priya, when you are showing up fully and completely as you, with all of your beautifulness and your flaws, how much more are people be able to choose you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, do you ever find that when you're looking at social media and you can't even, somebody doesn't read for you, you can't even see it. It's in your feed and you don't even see it because they're not identifying as real.
Yeah.
And so when you're showing up, like you just posted something last night where you were like, okay. And I'm like, I love it. Just keep showing up fully and completely on what's going on with you and who needs to see it.
Yes.
Where it will be a contribution, it will pop for someone.
And that's what I feel is important, is a lot of people don't recognize that value in being who they truly are, how much of a gift that is to the world.
Victory.
gosh.
And it doesn't matter if you are a coach or a leader or somebody that's, a prominent or visible in the community. Each and every one of you is valuable in who you are. It contributes to our world. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm really wanting people to see, is the gift of them, and give themselves the gift of being them, so that they can gift it out to other people.
100%.
It's a lot of gift giving going on. You can be you.
Exactly. Well, access consciousness, of course, is
Yes.
one of the modalities I work with, and Dr. Dane here, and you're familiar with him.
I am.
His book is Being You, Changing the World, and everything that he's doing, which is a movement as well, it speaks to what all of us are doing as well. Is when we are completely being who we are, the contribution of us changes the world. It creates greater for all of us.
100%.
Yeah.
And for me, what's been helping with my movement is more or less that you could listen to whoever, but you want to listen to someone that you were listening to. And what I mean by that is someone could put the perfect package. Everything's perfect. They're a doctor, they're $1 million, but if they can't communicate to you, it's useless that you look for lessons from them.
Mm-hmm.
So whoever you respect, or whoever you could understand their language, that is the most important person that you should listen to.
Totally.
100%.
Absolutely.
You know, I see it because in addition to being a coach, I work in branding and helping businesses brand. And I constantly on Facebook, these ads for how to get 6K and 7K and
Oh my
this
gosh,
is the
yeah.
6 steps and how to make this funnel and blah, blah. And I'm like, you know what? Throw all that away. Be yourself.
Yeah, that's the
Show
first
up
order.
honestly
Yeah, for sure.
and have a good intention to have a great service, whatever you do for as a business. Bring it honestly, with integrity, with the mindset to help and serve.
100%.
And you'll see it flow. You'll totally see it flow because customers, clients, consumers, they feel that.
Yeah.
They totally feel that honesty. I don't know. For me, at least,
No,
I
no,
find.
100%. What I found was just doing business, and when you're committed and you're genuine to the whatever your plan is, I'm getting help from people that I do not know. I don't know why they helped me. I don't know how this person showed up, but because I'm genuine to my movement,
Yeah.
people are coming to my assistance and my help. I'm like, where did you come from?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And they're doing stuff
Brilliant.
that I'm like, wow. Just they put in their energy. They're giving me ideas. They're giving me answers, and they're not asking for anything. They're just showing up. And it's just been an incredible run. And I would love someone else to have that same feeling.
Absolutely.
And then we have to start valuing ourselves from our friendships. That's what I try to promote, that our friendships, even that's another reason I started the Forward March movement. What I found, society was taking too much away from me. And what I mean by that is I was getting too busy. I was forgetting to tell my friends happy birthday, little things like that. So how's your son? I was starting to become non-human. I was engulfed with my own survival. And then I realized that my success is based on my friendship. So if I lose my friends and I lose my behavior towards my friends, then I will fail. So why not amp up everything? And so that's what the movement is. You amping up everything
Yeah.
to get more friends, let everyone know that people are out there to help you, and that will benefit me also. Just the more energy, the better it is for everyone.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's not complicated. It's not complicated.
No,
Yeah, that's the main
that's
thing.
the
It's not
thing.
complicated.
It's
But
complicated.
it's funny because, so many people are walking through their lives half asleep.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting because you woke up at 6, I woke up at 5 o'clock. I was very excited about the show, and then I was extremely tired. And I'm like, okay, body, what are you telling me? And it was actually a message to today's show. Many people are walking through their days and their lives half asleep, and they're not really waking up to what's in front of them and what they're missing, as you said.
Yeah.
And when we're really willing to be bold with ourselves and say, you know what, you're not showing up.
Yeah.
You're not fully being authentic to who you say you are or who you desire to be. And what if you actually started holding yourself accountable? And you know what, if you have a hard time with that, who can you work with to hold you accountable?
Totally. It's funny about being accountable. So Living 365, that was my movement, and it was is, and it's about, living every day to the fullest and making sure that if today was my last day. And I came to a point of realizing in the last month that I have been operating at like an inhuman pace, because what if I'm living this, what if today was my last day?
Yeah.
So I almost had to tweak my movement about a month ago and say, you know what? Yes, we are living it, to the fullest, but unless something remarkable, which I don't know, but still, there may be one tomorrow. So maybe we don't need to have it all done today, right?
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, it was almost as though I was taking all the food I would eat in my lifetime and sitting it down at one meal and going, listen, if this could be the last thing I
Last
eat,
meal,
right?
baby.
I better make sure I get it all in there.
Gonna gobble
And
this
so-
up.
yeah, and so then I thought, I had that moment with myself thinking, do I need to change my message? Is it maybe, is it not a good, am I pushing people too hard? So I wanted to take an opportunity to let people know, yes, I'm saying live 365, but it's an aware living, it's an awakened
Right.
living, it's a focus on what you're doing, make the best of everything, have really authentic conversations, tell somebody you love them, tell somebody else you hate them, and you really never like them at all anyway.
And go away.
Go away. Tell them.
No, for sure, that helps also. But
because-
keep it to a limit. Don't get too in love with
I don't
that
agree
one.
with that. But
That's
you know
funny.
what? Every person is different. I mean, the three of us are out there, right? We're on a TV show. We're out doing a movement. But what if someone's movement is just showing up every
Yes.
day in their lives, whatever their life looks like,
Exactly.
with a smile, with really being in the moment and being present. That's a movement.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a great movement.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
can you imagine if even 10% of the world showed up with that as their movement?
Totally.
Yeah.
It would change everything for us.
Yes, it would. And I think it comes down to, like I say, I'm in branding, and I'm always trying to connect people with their brand message.
Yeah.
What is your message? And I think what you're saying as well is know the message of your life, whatever that is. Live in your movement, and that's what we're saying. It doesn't. When I say
Right.
choose a movement, it doesn't have to be Christine's or Jelani's or mine.
No.
Who cares who's?
We need it to be
have
yourself.
your own movement, but live in the movement of who you choose to be, and decide that. Because as you say, people walking around half asleep, I think that's when we're just coasting. We don't really have that awareness. We don't really take the time to figure out who are we, what do we represent for ourselves, who do I want to represent myself
Right.
to be.
Yeah.
So one of the things I'm always telling people is, if you come in here on a Saturday morning, you'll find me in something like this. Like the kids will always be like, "Where are you going, Mommy?" I'm not going anywhere. Well, why are you dressed up? Because I dress like this. It's for me.
It's yourself.
That is my movement.
Yeah.
When I walk by the mirror, I want to be like, "Hey, girl." When I see her, I'm like, "Hey, cutie," right? I
That's funny.
I
Yeah,
like
but
it.
that's you.
That is me.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
And if I'm not in that way, if I'm not dressed that way, I don't feel like me.
Yeah.
Right.
And it alters who I am.
But there are also people out there that they're going to really resonate with what they're saying, and I can hear them say, "But I don't know what my movement is."
And that's okay.
And that's okay. So
We could help.
what I would love everybody to do is just start asking questions.
Yes.
So what would be fun for me?
Yes.
What would I desire to be part of?
Yeah.
Even if it's just a party of one.
Yes, exactly.
The first step for your movement is just mentioning your name.
Yeah.
So your name is your movement. Starting off with yourself, that's your movement. Whatever your name is, that's your movement.
What do you mean by that?
So if you're John Jones,
Yeah.
you're on the John Jones movement.
I like
simple.
it.
That, it's very simple.
Yeah, I like it.
And something that has helped me is my goal is to that has helped me with the movement, because the movement spreads in so much directions, but it's just in making people be better. That's it. So one thing I'm trying to make myself be the person I would like to meet. That's if you're like, when you're meeting
Yeah.
someone that you're very excited about,
Yeah.
I want that for myself. That's the
Exactly.
package I want for myself. So when you're like, I'm gonna meet Jelani, I'm like, whoa, this is exciting. That's what I'm creating for myself. And as for the changes, what you have to be very alert of is that we've been programmed for the biggest movements. So meaning, if you want to be, everyone say you're money oriented. So you're gonna need 100,000. You're gonna need this. You're gonna need all these
Yeah.
things, and then it freezes your brain because you don't get that immediately. So just start with the little moves, and then you will get momentum. So don't be frozen, because most people are frozen.
I know.
So you just need to start with a little move, and then you'll get a help there. You'll get an understanding. When I started, I got with the videos as one of my friends. I'm doing my video with my iPhone, and it looks like Darth Vader because it's like there's no light. There's no light. I'm on my stairs. I'm like, "Hey, it's Jelani B." So my friend calls me and he's like, "Hey, if you're gonna take this serious, come to my studio and let's try." So then I made another video. But the point of the story is, if I didn't do my
Yeah.
ridiculous video, no one would
would
call
say
me.
anything. Yeah.
So we just have to start. And also,
Yeah.
I find people are waiting for the perfect situation, and
Okay.
unfortunately, that does not occur.
It actually
It does
is the
not
one you
occur.
choose.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right
it's
now.
whenever you're ready to go. You're ready to
I
go,
know.
go.
Go.
And that's
Yeah.
what I mean about stop waiting. It's like we are always waiting for, okay, when this happens, then I'll do it. Or
Right.
if this happens, then I can do that. When I have enough of this, then I can do
Right.
that. When he does this, then I can do that. When she says that, then I can do that. And it's like, just do it.
Right.
Just do it
And
already.
usually when you begin, it's really uncomfortable.
Yes.
With
Very.
my very first radio show that I ever did, and I've been doing radio now for 5 years, the very first show, I cried through the first 20 minutes of it.
Yeah.
I own the station now.
End the
Yeah.
story.
You can change it.
I
Yeah.
know. It's so,
Period.
It's so funny, right? It's so funny because even I know when I did my retreat in Bali, I was just like, I couldn't barely breathe. I couldn't eat
Yeah,
anything.
you were frozen.
I was in the bathroom. I'm just like,
I'm
oh
dead.
my
I'm
God,
dead.
right? Yeah, I just like, oh my God, what am I doing?
Right.
This is ridiculous. Why are people traveling from across the world from North America to Bali to come with me. That I have people that I don't even know. What are they doing?
Right.
What are these people doing? Are they nuts? Like,
But
what do
then,
I know?
but then you chose again.
And then I was like, wait a minute, hang on. And I just got into being me
Yeah.
and did what I do. And then it was, okay, I see why they're here.
No, for
You
sure.
should come back.
You walked by that mirror again, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. It always starts with the mirror. If you go up to my bathroom, in my bedroom there's a sign on the mirror that says, "You look gorgeous."
Oh, end of story. Why
You know?
not though?
Because I'm thinking, in case anybody else isn't going to tell me today, I'm going to tell myself.
I am
That's a
choosing
good
that.
one. No, and it's just a matter of, as you said, as we keep, you see the message is just more, let's just start. That's the main thing. The main thing is just to start, because what I also found out is that it's the journey. It's not, every time I get to a destination, I'm like, okay, now where do we go next? So it's not like you're going to start something and you're going to get somewhere and you're going to be like, oh, I'm done, I'm finished. It's like, you're going to get to your destination and you're going to be starting to go to another destination.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
don't worry about the end result, just the travel.
Yes.
Enjoy the travel.
Enjoy
Enjoy
the
the
travel.
journey.
That's the
Yeah.
main thing.
Yeah.
And people, it sounds so cliche, enjoy the journey. Yeah, I'll enjoy the journey, like whatever the
When I
journey
get there.
I want to be there, damn it.
Yeah.
And so many times. But it really is, because I found that out myself. I've been doing a lot of research on myself lately, but I was finding that I was achieving goals because I was so driven to achieve them, but I was missing it. Like, I was missing out the enjoyment of it, and it got to a point where I thought, I'm getting achieving, but am I having fun?
Right.
And as I have self-proclaimed myself as the funstigator,
Whoa,
Okay.
that's a big
Ooh,
one. Whoa,
yeah,
we've got to document that one.
right, the funstigator over here,
Yes.
that it just seemed that was fraudulent,
Right.
that I wasn't being myself.
Yeah.
So I was going along the road of, as a coach, one of the natural stages of progression is maybe you're going to go into speaking, and I didn't like it. And I thought, why am I doing this? And I thought, okay, well, I'm doing this to gain X amount of dollars so that I can get to a point where I can do this and do that with my kids and stay home and have that. And I thought, wait a minute, I have that now.
Yeah.
Why am I going around the circle
Right.
to be able to do the thing that I already have? And when you look at it, when people tell you what their ideal, a lot of them, their ideal situation is,
It's right.
is to live humbly in some little island where in just in
Yeah.
a little hut and have fresh fruit every day, and you think, how much money does that really take?
How was the genuine cost?
Very, very little.
Right.
But yet we need to prove by having this big career or high income earning or fabulous house or expensive car that we could have done it. We could have all that, so we can give it all away and give it up.
Yeah.
It seems a little
It's a
ass
little-
backwards.
And you
to
know
me.
what I've found is that when we start to choose something, right? So if there was a little example of, somebody was asking me these questions. So what would you like if you're ideal, And one of the things was, I'd love to have a massage every week.
Yes.
So the person said to me, well, what if you started to choose that? And I'm like, well, that's a novel concept. So I did. And you know what happened? The universe had my back.
Yeah.
The time allotment was available. The money was available. The person was available.
Yeah.
So when we start to choose it,
Yes.
we not only have our back, money doesn't only have our back, the universe also has our back, the earth has our back. We don't realize that. Most of us are operating from the space that we are alone.
Yeah.
And we're not.
For sure.
Yo, like, you are not alone.
Like, where's she going?
You.
We're not alone.
No, we're not.
And we are fully supported, but we've bought into this lie that we have to work all these hours. We have to do all these things before we're going to deserve it. You don't deserve anything. You just get to have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Period.
I know, and that's one of the things I say to people. You're deserving because you woke up this morning and you're breathing and you're
You
here.
won.
Like, that's it.
You
That's
won
all.
already. You won.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's it. That's all
Yeah.
that's all the criteria.
That's
all
right.
the criteria.
You're here.
involved.
You
You're
get
here.
it.
Another
That's
thing
it.
I've realized, hopefully it helps the audience, is that you will get injured sometimes. It's not because we're trying to wait for the right moment. We're also trying not to take a loss. So whenever you're doing something, you're not going to always win. So accept that there's a potential of loss for growth. So
Pain,
stop,
hurt.
exactly, stop sticking and because a lot of people, they've been trained, it's almost like they're doing an investment. Oh, if I put $10 here, I need to get 20. No, you move and whatever occurs because you want it to move. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like it when someone says, oh, like you're blaming others. Just move and you'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Like forget anyone bringing things to you. You have to go out and get it yourself. And secondly, to your success, you might have to go look for it. It's not going to come to you. So you have to create your own success and move towards it, create your own campaign. And if you want something, you have to make noise about it. I've got my newborn son. When he wakes up, I'll just give an example. As soon as his eyes are open, he starts crying. He doesn't even know why he's crying. He just needs comfort immediately. So we as adults, we have to start crying for our needs.
Yes.
Just whatever is it that you need, you have to let the world know that's what you need. I stay like you can't want something and not verbalize it, not do action towards it. How is this going to come to you?
Yeah.
By a magical wand? So we just have to keep step. And also too, I always like to state that we're here doing the show. I always let people be aware that we're all work in progress. So whatever you see us as, know that we're continuing work in progress as yourself.
Absolutely.
We're not. We didn't come up with the perfect solution. I'm still
No.
working.
Me too.
We're still
Every
working.
day.
We're
Every
still
day.
working.
Every day, thankfully.
We're still working.
I'm sure
Yeah.
I have a mistake scheduled around 3 o'clock this afternoon.
That's a
It's
must.
bound to come
That's
back
a
somewhere.
must.
What if we didn't judge it as a mistake?
Yeah,
What
exactly.
if we
I
just
have
said, okay,
a
cool, I
learning.
chose that, and that's what was created. Awesome. What can I choose now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's a
You
great
know, that's
point.
where we are operating from all
it's
of
true.
the time.
We had a gentleman by the name of Ron James on our last show, and he said he doesn't win or lose. He wins or learns.
In the story.
Cool.
Wins or learns. So
Well,
there's
every
no-
choice creates an awareness. Every single choice creates an awareness. And as you keep choosing, you'll get another awareness, which will give you more choices that are going to be available to you, more possibilities, and you get to choose again.
It's so true.
It's
Yeah.
it's like this huge buffet of choice that's right in front of us, but you have to start.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, you have,
That's the key.
You got to get to the restaurant, or you can't eat at the buffet.
You're not, no, there's no food if you don't go to the restaurant.
The buffet does not deliver.
And then at this time, this is like I'm so excited for 2016. Is I just feel there's a new energy. People need to change it. It's like a movement. This is the time.
Yeah.
Like we're not waiting for 2017.
No.
This is it. Everything is in our arena to do it. So let's move in and be proactive. And I just like, for instance, my stuff, like when someone from Russia says they like what I do, that was the idea.
amazing.
So yeah, someone, I'm like, from Russia, whoa, I'm so excited. I'm like, they don't know what it means to me to see that they like my stuff.
Yeah.
So whatever you have, it's open to the world. It's not limited to your arena. And another thing I would say, whatever your passion is, sometimes the people around you, because they've been seeing you for all your life, they can't see it. So you might have to go find a new tribe.
Yeah.
Just you stick with the tribe for support, but you need a new tribe for the cheers.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
your
for
tribe
me.
may change.
Yeah,
Yes.
Don't
for
be
the cheers.
surprised.
I've changed a couple of tribal husbands myself.
No, because what I found out is I only can speak from what I've experienced. So when I'm growing up, every time I try something new. So remember, your friends have been seeing you for 10, 15 years. He's doing something new. So they're like, if I move the moon, they're like, Jelani moved the moon. Whoopie-doo. He's been trying stunts. But a stranger says, how did you move the moon?
Yeah.
How did you move the moon?
And-
you
and-
get the excitement,
Yeah,
right? The
but a
thrill.
lot of times your own tribe, they can't see it in themselves, so they can't actually receive what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's-
So sometimes they have to leave you, and
Yes.
that's okay.
That's okay.
They-
Yeah.
They get to
There's-
choose what works
yeah.
for them, and
Absolutely.
and you know you can still include them in your life. Don't exclude them, but they may not be present in your life.
Yes.
And they're for instance, I've got friends, and you have to start identifying who your friends are, meaning respect them accordingly. So if I'm saying I'm going to Afghanistan right now, I have friends that'll be like, okay, Jelani, I'm finishing at work. I'll be there with you at 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock, and then I've got another friend that'll say, listen, Jelani, I'll email you some funds. Best wishes to you in Afghanistan. And there's a third friend that'll say, I'm clapping for you, I'm praying for you, best wishes. So you have to, a lot of people, you have not been through anything with your friends, so you should know which category to put them in. Like a lot of people, oh, my friend, they don't support me. You've never done nothing for them to support you. You've never showed them any love on your end, so why should they support you? So we give people too much expectations, and we've never gone through anything. The gentleman that would say, I'm going to meet you, I'm going at 4 o'clock, is because we've experienced things where there's a reason for that.
There's an exchange.
There's an exchange.
Yeah.
So a lot of us, we ask for friendship, but we have never given any.
Yeah.
So then you complain about what was given. You never gave anything. So that person in turn owes you nothing.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful of that and just respect your friendships and because some people, it takes time to build friendships. It's not 1 minute with a tea. It takes experiences and stuff like that, right?
1 minute with the tea.
No, for sure. The person's like, "Oh, we're friends. We had a tea, and like, how come you didn't give me 10,000 to save my?" I'm like, "We don't even know each other. Let's take a moment, right? Let's gradually grow up to that." Yeah,
We'll have tea and then we'll have a movement.
yeah, for sure.
That's fabulous.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So, final words that you can leave our viewers with. Last thought.
Well, my original business is Inspired Choices. Choose. If something inspires you, choose it and see where it takes you, and then choose again. And you know what? If you wake up one morning and you don't want to get out of bed, put your hand up and ask somebody for some support. There are movements out there. There are people out there that desire to be a contribution to you, and you're not alone. You're not alone. You never were alone. You never will be alone. We are here. There are people all over the world that desire to create the change that you have in your heart. So if you're watching this TV show, you're a seeker.
Yeah.
Period. Just choose.
And in regards to me, just do your best to like live according to like what I'm trying, and which is I want to give my life the fullest. I don't want to come to the end and know that I didn't give it my best. I'm more scared of failing to live my life than failure.
Very good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Christine, where can the viewers find you?
So they can find me at inspiredchoices.ca,
Yes.
or the BIG movement is bodaciosinvitationtogreatness.com.
Wonderful.
And of course, both of those, Facebook, Twitter.
And what do
LinkedIn.
you have up and coming?
A lot of Access Consciousness classes all across Ontario, and we have the BIG movement is continuing. We have new classes that are being created there, TV spots, radio spots, all sorts of things are being created, and some books coming too.
Woohoo!
Ooh, that's an assortment. That's an assortment.
Jelani.
Yes, I could be found at jelanidaniel.com, and also what's upcoming is the Caribbean Expo that we're
Yes.
having on April 24th, and looking forward to see everyone there.
And your book is?
Forward March.
And a little bit about it?
It's inspirational quotes. It's over 45 quotes that I have written, so it's not a documentation of others. It's all of my individual quotes, and I'm also the proclaimed king of quotes also.
There you go.
Yes, simple.
I like it. King of quotes, ladies and gentlemen. Here you
Have a
have
great
it.
day.
Christine, Jelani, thank you so much for joining us
Thank
and
you,
bringing your
Priya.
movements to the viewers and to the world.
Thank you very much for having us.
Absolutely.
Wonderful, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to encourage you to take a step. Movement. Move. Get up and move. Do something. Make a choice. Don't make a choice, or even that is a choice in itself. So get up and do something. Take a step. Move forward. Choose something different. Choose something else. And really encourage yourself. Be kind to yourself. Know, as Christine said, you're not alone. Reach out for support. When we're trying to make changes in life, it's often can be challenging, can be daunting, it can be a little bit scary. Reach out. Every one of us in this world have had to take a risk or make a change, and we've been through it. And there's so many people out there that want to support you, both professionally, but you'll find in your personal network there'll be a lot of people out there that want to support you. So reach out and move. I just want to remind you to stop waiting, start living 365.